episode of Wealthapp Holiday Adda, where we bring to you the stories of those who dared to dream. Today we are in Bangalore in the presence of two very special guests, Subbu sir and Seetha ma'am. Sir, ma'am, welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you here today. Ma'am, I'd like to start off with you, please. If you could please tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
I like music. I like dance also, but not into dancing. But I like music, yes. And as far as my personal life is concerned, yes, I was brought up abroad in Kuwait, and then during the wartime we came back. And then coincidentally, I got married to someone again who was in the same country. Okay, so my life abroad has been more than my life in India. So it's like just recently, just 2 years back, we decided to move our ways back to shift back to India. So getting used to the life here and making new friends. What else?
Amazing, ma'am. That's beautiful. So,
yeah, I'm basically a chartered accountant. So I was actually in Kuwait for 20 plus years. So I was in the oil industry. So basically I was into hedging our company's oil risk. So currently we came back 2 years back to India, and now we have got somewhat used to that. And as far as my investment journey is concerned, it all started like is referred. Wealthapp was referred by another friend of mine who is also from former colleague Rajiv Mukherjee, and he gave Mr. Anindya's name, and it started off. Before that, my exposure to equity was very limited. So thanks to Anindya, then Payal and team, so far the journey has been very good.
So you both have lived abroad for quite some time, and like you said, you recently moved back to India. What are the major similarities and differences? Maybe one of you could mention the similarities, and one of you could mention the differences that you find living abroad and living here now.
Differences, the lifestyle maybe. Definitely the traffic, the road condition. Yeah, so that's a bit let down, especially Bangalore. You must be knowing. So, but education, I'll give a 50-50, because there have been Indians like us, and especially since we were in Kuwait, we knew that we cannot be there forever. You don't get a PR, unlike other countries. So, we don't want to take the risk of, putting them in some other thing, and then, you'll have to come back to India. So he was in a CBSE. So that way education was almost the same, but it's expensive. But quality of life, I would say, because being in the Gulf, oil, right? So electricity and, those kind of expenses, I think it kind of balances. Rental is more, more, but health, I would say India is better. Okay, health-wise, the health sector, I would definitely say India is better, because it's not just about the expense part, but even the treatment, the diagnosis. See, you might go to a doctor, you will get yourself checked, but then again, you're not very sure. So, we usually take some time off during our vacation to visit our family doctor here, get their opinion. And so health sector, yes, I would say India is better. Infrastructure is coming up. We have a lot of bridges, and connectivity is much better than what it was earlier, but still traffic, Education, again, see, we all come here for our children's future education, everything. But at the end of everything, even when you're abroad, you still have that you don't belong there, that kind of, that always is there, when you feel like you're still an outsider. So,
very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, these are the things I would say. I don't know, maybe he'll have a better insight into finance. I don't know.
Very interesting. So, if you would shed some light on the business side of things, you worked there, and now you
definitely, if you see the work-life balance, it is definitely better there.
It is better there.
Because 8-hour day. You don't have to work even a minute more there. Most of the places.
Yes.
But in India, really, if your day starts at 8, at least you have to put in 12 hours. So that is one minus as far as India is concerned. Also the commuting time, she told. But a lot of things have improved in the last 10 to 15 years because you see the net connectivity. So even if you go to Japan, if you go to rural areas or outside the city, you don't get this kind of the speed. Internet speed is really good. So that way the infrastructure, the digital infrastructure, digital infrastructure has become
way
better.
It is.
So I am aware that you were recently instrumental in launching the IPO of a company. If you could please tell us a little bit more about that. I'm sure everybody would love to know more.
Yeah, this is about it's promoted by my brother. In fact, he started his journey 20 years back in 2003 when he founded this company, and since then it has grown strength to strength. Every year it is, and this is the first executive search firm in India to get listed. It is part of a global network called EMA Partners. So the business is owned by this group in India, Singapore, and UAE. So now I was actually responsible for framing the objects of the organization, for the objects of the issue, because to what purpose the money raised is to be put. So all those things were done from my side.
Amazing, and really inspirational. Ma'am, coming back to you, you said your passion was music, is music. Please tell us a little bit more about it.
No, you should be asking him because he sings well, but he just doesn't have the time. But for me, I like film music, light music, all that. Yes, he's more into classical.
No, recently she started
So
learning.
what has happened?
Hindustani
See, that
music.
is another plus. I've started learning Hindustani. Okay, that is okay. See, another plus I said about the social life. The comparison there and here, and especially now that we are in a gated community. The options are plenty. Anything you want to learn, you just message in your WhatsApp group ki iske liye koi hai, so someone for this, so you get a list. So we have groups so I thought, okay, let me follow my passion for music that way. Got into group singing. So any cultural activity in our society, we have a group, so we are part of it.
Wow.
And sometimes group dance. So
Lovely.
that is how I spend my social life.
Yes, lovely. So you've been working for so many years. You've been a true blue professional. What would you say your relationship with money has been like over the years?
In fact, it is always like what people used to, traditional Indians, how they used to think. So it is equity always was the last investment option. So it is always that that initially roti,
Kapda
kapda makan, and then investment it came later. But if I'm given a chance again, definitely I would advise people to start equity from day one. That is the
Because
one
that's how we were
takeaway.
always brought up. I mean, never put money in the market. I mean, you'll tend to lose it. Share market, nah.
Because
That was a mentality earlier.
if that is the case, you can take your retirement early. So I worked 22 years to get some kind of security, financial security. If you start from day one, probably in 10 years or 12 years time, you don't need to worry about your future.
Amazing, sir. So thank you so much for giving us this time today. It was
Thank you.
lovely
Thanks a
speaking
lot
with
for
both of
visiting
you.
us. And
I will
taking
put you
time.
on the spot, and it's my humble request if we could please finish this session with a duet.
സുന്ദരി നീയും സുന്ദരജ്ഞാനം ചേർന്നിരുന്നാൽ തിരുവോണം
സുന്ദരി നീയും സുന്ദരി ഞാനും ചേർന്നിരുന്നാൽ തിരുവോണം
കയ്യിൽ കൈയും വെച്ച് കണ്ണിൽ കണ്ണും വെച്ച് നെഞ്ചിൽ മന്ത്രം കൊണ്ടു ചേരുന്ന നേരം സുന്ദരി നീയും സുന്ദരജ്ഞാനം ചേർന്നിരുന്നാൽ തിരുവോണം Thank you for-
Amazing.